Let around. And you, Rook. What do you think about the caravan? You mean should we start kicking people out? That's a tough one. Usually I'd be the first to give you a dirty look for suggesting it. On the other hand, I got a sword in my back. Oddleif thinks for a long moment before sighing. Don't send anyone away. Just make sure nothing happens to Alette. I'll let you get some rest. You know, you're welcome to keep me company. When I'm a little more awake. I mean, I'll talk to you later. Ah, Oddleif. I think Rook likes you. If things can go that way. I wonder what happened to Alette's mother. I wonder if that's going to be addressed. That's interesting. Alright, you. Got some words. Look who it is, still not dead. How are things, Rook? I can never guess with you, Ickle. I heard you helped drive off the traitors when Onuf attacked us, and it leaves me always wondering, what's your deal? I'm not so hard to understand. Why don't you try asking instead of telling? Why didn't you warn us about Onuf? Didn't I? How many times did I have to call him a traitor before you got the message? What did you want me to say? Watch out, Onuf's gonna murder your whole family. He didn't fill me in on the details. He was always like that. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if he tried to convince you to off me. But listen, I don't need to know, so keep it to yourself. Why'd you, why did you stick, why'd you stick with him? I don't know, Rook. Family makes you do weird things. You know what the worst part is? We became kin when he married my sister. She died of a fever one night. But she didn't. She wasn't sick. He killed her. I don't know why he did it. Maybe he just felt like it. I was so furious. I got so angry that I wanted him to beg. I could kill him without a second thought, but that wasn't enough. I wanted him to feel sick about it, puke his guts out. And somehow that turned into, over time, he never cared. And I gave up, did what he wanted. Don't know how it happened. But when I attacked you in Frostfeller, guess I'll just say it wasn't my idea. We could use a good fighter. Could have killed a lot more of them without my hands bound, if that's what you mean. So, Rook, I don't have to be your prisoner anymore? So you're gonna let me walk around with my own axe and everything? Doesn't mean I'm not watching you. I can accept that. You're a good man. I need to get going. And I need to take a piss. Oh, I needed that little line. You're not the only busy man around here, you know. You shake your head as Echo steps away from camp. Okay. Onward. I wonder if I hop back into camp if I'll be able to talk to Oddleif again. Curious. I need to let a day pass, maybe. Anyone else to talk to? Nope. Alright, I'll take it. Let a day pass, camp, see how it goes. Oh, that was rough. That was rough. I know, guys, I'm sorry. The next day, any more combos? Nope. Back on the road. Oh, hell. Sorry, just checking the recording real quick, make sure it's good. Someone's been nicking extra goods from the supplies, the concerned woman tells you. Counted these myself yesterday, no mistake. This keeps up, we'll be starving before long. Post a few extra guards to watch the supplies. To deter any further theft, you discreetly place some trusted guards by the caravans. We hear a few people casually point out the extra manpower, but nobody seems to raise an alarm for now. I know, we just gotta make it, like, I guess here. Come on. We can do it, guys. We can do this. Buy some supplies here. Hopefully. No? Yes? Maybe? Please? Yeah, let's mark it. The villagers here are completely oblivious to the destruction that is coming. All we've seen is some dark figures far off, they tell you, aside from a few young families that are reluctant to pick up their things and join you. Oh, I got some people. Mark it. Gimme! I'm not even gonna look at the items, I'm not gonna be tempted. I need all the things. Thank you. Rest to get morale back to normal. Thank you. Off we go. Damn it! Maybe I should rest one above normal. Just to buy me some time. Okay, 9 days. Off we go. I'm still reeling from that whole event. I'm just glad Alette and Oddleaf made it out of there. Harsh words from one mother to another draw the attention of the entire caravan. My daughter marries Ragnar or no one. That reed-thin tramp you call a daughter won't provide sons. The insulted mother bares her teeth ready to attack. Explain yourselves? Ragnar chooses my daughter on his own, the insulted mother says, but this one thinks I have something to do with it. Launching forward, the first woman flails wildly, shouting, "Liar!" The women are separated and eventually calm down, but you worry that this is far from over. Really? This is what you're bickering about right now? People sometimes, I swear. The mother screams, flood the caravan. Her daughter lies dead in a tent. We all know who did this, she spits, staring directly at the woman she scuffled with previously. Murder over a marriage, and these times, something must be done. The accused woman remains silent. Leave it to a vote. Or investigate the death. A healer joins you in inspecting the young girl's corpse. An old infection, says the healer. No punctures, no choking, no poison. She died of disease. Report the news to the caravan. The mother admits that she had always known her daughter was ill, and everyone moves on. Jumping to conclusions, never a good thing. Okay, we'll just go into the next scene a week. That's fine. What do we have here? Another Godstone. I like these, they're neat. Nice little pieces of lore. The imposing godstone of Bjorlf approaches. His severe visage makes it feel like he's watching you even now. The caravan spreads out, happy to be free of the confining forest and in open fields. Hogan pulls you aside to show you some red berries growing on an ash tree that looks like it was chopped down long ago. These shouldn't be growing here, he said sadly. I haven't seen these in a long time. He and Mogan busily go about collecting the berries. In fact, in honor of Bjorlf, some of the caravan crack kegs of mead and wine before anyone can stop them. To the only god that matters, they shout. Everyone drinks and you're glad for the merriment that has swept over the caravan. Inspect the godstone first. You look up at the godstone. Sorry, hold on. Bjorlf's head surrounded by images of casks and drinking horns. Though he was always depicted as being stern, Bjorlf was one of the most popular gods of men in Barl, the one who taught them how to brew. It seems like more than coincidence that the long fields around Bjorlf's stone have always been excellent for growing anything you could need for a good drink. Join the merrymakers. Get a morale boost. You accept the mead being offered to you and settle in to enjoy one of the few times you felt good since leaving Skelger. Somehow, despite everything that's happened, you're able to let it go for a short while. Yes, morale. As the hour becomes late, the caravan is eventually ready to get back on the road. The day by Bjorlf's stone is one of the few memories that hasn't been tarnished by the specter of bad fortune you think to yourself. Good, needed that morale boost. Music's pretty too. Something's going on here. More supplies missing, the woman by a wagon says to you. And look, tracks. Right here they look like children's footprints, but my husband and I followed them into the wilderness a ways. And meet up with some adult tracks, no telling how many. Since scouts look for anyone following you, it sounds like some people are sending children after us to sneak in. You round up some volunteers who depart quietly. They return that evening with reports of a few tracks that ultimately lead nowhere. Someone may be trying to hide their tracks, but you don't have time to continue the search. God, I cannot afford these things to happen. Luckily I got 4 days. Looks like there's something here.
Is more of a smattering of farmhouses than a proper town. Though judging by stray dredge stalking through empty fields, it is barely even that anymore.
Rainovic comes and goes as a long series of farmhouses abandoned and crawling with dredge. The farmers have probably already fled to Borsgard. You try to hurry past, but are eventually spotted. Dredge start ambling in your direction. What is that? Points out Oddleaf up near one of the longhouses. In the distance, a large person, clothes seemingly covered in blood, was cursing loudly and stumbling about. Excuse me. He staggered into a longhouse collapsing. The dredge heading in your direction turned back, roaring, and began to pound on the longhouse door. They seemed to be holding a grudge against this particular person. You draw the door will hold long. Let's help him out. Against my better judgment, we should probably do something, you say. The others agree, even though it means putting them all at risk. As you quietly approach, the dredge will manage to splinter the door and break through. Hey, shouts a brawl wearing all red, standing on the other side of the dredge. Came all the way up here just for me? He seems unconcerned about the dredge as he hoists his enormous sword. Oh, I got a scarlet feather. Oh, wow, he's a level 5. Good, 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 good. Okay, him, then Hogan. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Him, then Ivor, then Hogan, then Mogan. Then